In moments of tension or disagreement, you might choose silence, thinking it'll give you space or power. But what if your silence has no impact on her at all? Why does it seem like your quiet moments don't hold the weight you expect? Today, we're diving into the Stoic philosophy to understand why silence sometimes falls flat and what to do next. Join me as we explore how mastering your actions and thoughts can make a real difference in how you communicate, not just with her, but with everyone around you. So, if you've ever wondered why your silence isn't working as you thought, stay tuned. Number 1. Why silence does not always work. Silence is often viewed as a tool for maintaining peace, avoiding conflict, or providing space for contemplation. However, while silence can be powerful in some situations, it does not always work as an effective strategy. In fact, silence can be counterproductive, especially in contexts where communication is crucial for understanding and resolving issues. For instance, in relationships, whether personal or professional, remaining silent in the face of disagreement or misunderstanding can create barriers rather than bridging gaps. When individuals choose not to speak up, they risk allowing resentment, frustration, or confusion to fester, which can lead to emotional distance and a lack of clarity. It's important to recognize that silence does not always promote peace. Instead, it can silence important concerns or suppress feelings that need to be addressed. In situations of conflict, silence can also be misinterpreted. If one person chooses not to engage in a discussion, the other may perceive it as avoidance, disinterest, or even a lack of respect. This can escalate tension and result in a breakdown of trust and communication. Furthermore, silence in the face of injustice or unethical behavior can be seen as complicity. When individuals remain quiet in situations where action or vocal opposition is needed, they inadvertently allow negative situations to continue, sometimes enabling harmful actions to persist without consequence. Additionally, silence can prevent personal growth and hinder the development of deeper connections. In professional settings, for example, failing to communicate can limit one's ability to express ideas, share feedback, or collaborate effectively. In these environments, silence can stifle creativity, problem-solving, and progress. Open dialogue is often key to innovation and moving forward, so choosing to remain silent can lead to missed opportunities for improvement and growth. Similarly, in personal relationships, keeping thoughts and emotions inside can prevent people from truly understanding each other, thus limiting the depth of their connection. Moreover, silence can be harmful to mental health. Bottling up feelings or thoughts may provide temporary relief, but it can also lead to stress, anxiety, or depression over time. The inability to express oneself can create an internal pressure that ultimately affects well-being. When people fail to articulate their feelings, it can also lead to misunderstandings with others, compounding feelings of isolation and alienation. It's important to recognize that while silence can have its place, particularly when choosing not to engage in petty arguments or when contemplating a sensitive issue, it should not be used as a blanket solution to every problem. Communication, whether through words, actions, or even nonverbal cues, remains the most effective tool for resolving issues, fostering connection, and promoting mutual understanding. Silence may offer temporary respite, but it often leaves problems unresolved and emotions unaddressed. Therefore, to maintain healthy relationships, personal growth, and mental well-being, it's essential to know when to speak and when to listen, striking a balance between silence and expression. Number 2. The mistake of expecting immediate results. In today's fast-paced world, many people fall into the trap of expecting immediate results from their efforts. This mindset often stems from the rapid advancements in technology and the instant gratification we experience in other areas of life, such as with fast food, instant messaging, and social media. However, this rush for quick outcomes can be detrimental, especially when it comes to personal growth, career development, or pursuing long-term goals. The mistake of expecting immediate results is rooted in impatience and a misunderstanding of how progress works in most areas of life. Achieving success, whether in business, education, fitness, or any other field, requires sustained effort, time, and consistency. It's essential to recognize that meaningful results, particularly those that have lasting value, often take months or years to materialize. The danger of expecting immediate results is that it can lead to frustration, burnout, and even giving up too soon. When the anticipated outcome doesn't arrive as quickly as expected, individuals may begin to question their abilities or the effectiveness of their efforts. This negativity can cause a loss of motivation, and in some cases, people abandon their goals altogether. It's important to remember that failure to see instant results does not equate to failure in the process itself. For example, when someone starts a fitness regimen, they may not see noticeable changes in their body right away. Yet, if they remain consistent, over time they will start to see improvements, not just physically but in terms of their energy levels, mood, and overall health. Similarly, when building a career or learning a new skill, there may be a long period of struggle or minimal progress before success becomes evident. The reality is that delayed gratification is often the key to achieving the most meaningful and rewarding results. Learning to embrace the process rather than obsessing over the end goal helps build resilience, patience, and determination. This mindset shift allows people to see setbacks as temporary obstacles and not as reasons to quit. Success becomes more about the journey than the destination. The process itself teaches invaluable lessons about discipline, perseverance, and adaptability. Moreover, expecting immediate results can prevent individuals from fully appreciating the growth and learning that happen in the intermediate stages. It's during these moments of struggle and challenge that the most profound growth occurs, and the skills or character traits developed are often what lead to long-term success. In conclusion, the mistake of expecting immediate results is a mindset that can hinder progress and stifle long-term success. It's essential to recognize that meaningful achievements take time and consistent effort. Rather than fixating on quick wins, individuals should focus on the journey, trust the process, and remain committed to their goals, knowing that the effort will eventually pay off. Cultivating patience and resilience will not only lead to better outcomes, but also a deeper sense of fulfillment and personal growth. Number 3. How women process silence differently. Women process silence in a unique and multifaceted way, shaped by their biological, psychological, and social influences. Silence is not just the absence of sound, but an experience rich with emotional, cognitive, and relational meaning. For women, the way they engage with silence can be deeply personal, influenced by their individual temperament, experiences, and cultural contexts. Social conditioning plays a key role in how women interpret and respond to moments of quiet. Many cultures have historically expected women to be more communicative and emotionally expressive, often linking silence with passivity or discomfort. As a result, women might be more attuned to the subtleties of silence, interpreting it as an emotional cue from others, or using it as a space for reflection and self-expression. Silence, for women, can become a vessel for processing emotions, particularly in relationships. In romantic partnerships, for example, silence may be used as a form of non-verbal communication, signaling distance, dissatisfaction, or the need for space. Conversely, it can also be a method of avoiding conflict or creating a pause for reflection before responding to a situation. Women's emotional intelligence is often heightened by the experience of silence, as they may interpret unspoken cues, like body language or tone of voice, that are integral to understanding the context in which silence occurs. In the workplace, women may experience silence differently, especially in male-dominated environments where they might feel that speaking up could be risky or lead to judgment. In these situations, women may find themselves navigating silence as a way of self-preservation, choosing to withhold their opinions or hold back in meetings to avoid confrontation. However, silence can also serve as a powerful tool for women to assert themselves, providing space for them to gather their thoughts and present a considered response, rather than reacting impulsively. On a psychological level, silence provides women with an opportunity to enter a state of introspection. Many women report that they value moments of solitude, where silence offers a reprieve from the demands of social life and the pressures of caregiving or professional responsibilities. This time of quiet can be essential for emotional recharge, self-reflection, and creativity. Women's processing of silence can also be influenced by their roles as caretakers, where they often absorb the emotional weight of others. In such cases, silence is not just a personal experience, but an emotionally charged one, carrying the weight of others' unspoken needs or expectations. The emotional labor inherent in these roles can make silence a complex space to navigate. Sometimes it is comforting and nurturing, and other times it can be laden with stress or anxiety. Ultimately, the way women process silence is as diverse as their experiences, ranging from a source of empowerment and clarity to one of tension and unease. It serves as a mirror of their emotional landscapes, revealing how they navigate the delicate balance between expressing themselves and absorbing the quiet of the world around them. Number 4. The importance of focusing on yourself. Focusing on yourself is one of the most valuable things you can do for your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. In a world filled with distractions, pressures, and constant demands from others, it is easy to lose sight of your own needs, desires, and goals. However, taking time to prioritize yourself isn't selfish. It is essential for personal growth and happiness. When you focus on yourself, you gain clarity and insight into what truly matters to you. This self-awareness is the foundation for making informed decisions and pursuing goals that align with your authentic self, rather than being swayed by external influences or the expectations of others. By setting aside time for self-reflection, you are able to understand your strengths, acknowledge your weaknesses, and identify areas for improvement. Self-care plays a pivotal role in focusing on yourself. Engaging in activities that nurture your mind, body, and soul can rejuvenate you, giving you the energy and resilience needed to tackle life's challenges. Whether it's exercising, meditating, reading, or simply taking a walk in nature, these moments of self-care recharge you, promoting a balanced and healthy lifestyle. Without investing in yourself, you may find that you lack the energy to fully engage with others, which can lead to burnout and frustration. Moreover, focusing on yourself fosters independence and self-reliance. It allows you to recognize that your happiness and fulfillment are not dependent on others. While relationships and social connections are important, your sense of worth should not be tied to someone else's approval or validation. By prioritizing your own growth and well-being, you cultivate a deep sense of confidence that can positively impact every aspect of your life, from career to personal relationships. This confidence is built on the understanding that you are worthy of love, success, and joy simply by being yourself. In addition, when you focus on yourself, you improve your capacity to help others. You cannot pour from an empty cup, as the saying goes. By ensuring you are emotionally and physically healthy, you are better equipped to support those around you. Whether it's being a better friend, partner, or colleague, you need to first nurture your own well-being before you can effectively give to others. This creates a positive cycle where self-focus leads to better relationships and a stronger sense of community. Ultimately, focusing on yourself means taking responsibility for your own happiness. It is about understanding that your life is yours to design and that you have the power to make choices that reflect your values and aspirations. It is an ongoing journey of self-discovery, growth, and alignment with your deepest desires. By regularly checking in with yourself, you ensure that you are not only living life for others, but that you are also living authentically for yourself. This practice is not just an act of self-love, but a crucial step towards creating a life that feels meaningful and fulfilling. Number 5. What really makes her notice? What really makes her notice isn't the obvious or the flashy. It's the subtle things that stand out, the details others might miss, and the authenticity of a person's presence. She's not drawn to loudness, but to the quiet confidence that speaks without needing to shout. It's the way someone carries themselves with grace, the soft smile that lingers even after a conversation ends, or the way their eyes light up when they talk about something they truly care about. It's not about trying to impress, but about being genuine. She notices the small gestures, how someone holds the door open, the kindness in their voice, or the respect they show others, no matter their status. These actions, though seemingly insignificant, speak volumes about a person's character. It's about sincerity, not putting on a mask or pretending to be something you're not. She notices when people are comfortable in their own skin, unafraid to be real, to embrace their flaws, and to admit when they don't have all the answers. It's the vulnerability that draws her in, the authenticity that makes her feel connected. She notices when someone shows up for others, whether it's listening without judgment, offering a hand when needed, or just being present in moments of silence. It's the empathy that makes her feel seen and understood. The ability to truly listen, to pay attention to the little things is what truly catches her eye. She doesn't seek perfection, but she notices the imperfections that make a person unique. It's the passion behind their actions, the way they light up when they talk about something they love, that reveals their true essence. She notices when people are not afraid to be themselves, not trying to fit into a mold, but embracing their individuality. It's these qualities, kindness, authenticity, vulnerability, passion, that make her notice. She sees beyond the surface, appreciating what lies beneath. It's not about being extraordinary, it's about being real, being present, and allowing your true self to shine through. That's what makes her take a second look. Number 6. Why chasing her backfires. Chasing someone, especially someone who's emotionally distant or unsure of their feelings, often backfires because it reflects a lack of self-respect and self-sufficiency. When you continuously chase after a person, it may give them the illusion of control over your emotions and actions, diminishing the value you place on yourself. This imbalance, while possibly initially flattering to the other person, ultimately leads to frustration and disappointment for both. The act of chasing stems from an attachment to an outcome, often rooted in a deep desire for validation, affection, or the belief that your happiness lies in winning someone's heart. However, by focusing so intensely on another person's approval, you lose sight of your own needs and desires, eventually eroding your sense of identity. When you invest so much energy in someone who's emotionally unavailable or uninterested, it becomes a futile pursuit that weakens your self-esteem. The constant rejection or lack of reciprocity might make you feel inadequate, as though you're not enough. You begin to prioritize them over your own well-being, turning your emotional stability into a fragile state dependent on their actions, which are often unpredictable or indifferent. Instead of allowing a connection to form naturally, you end up forcing it, creating tension and resentment in the process. The more you chase, the more you seem to push them away, even if unintentionally. Ironically, the very behavior that's supposed to draw them closer ends up driving them further away. Additionally, chasing can perpetuate the illusion that love or affection is something you need to earn, rather than something that should come from mutual respect and genuine connection. People, no matter how kind, are not objects to be pursued or won through effort alone. True emotional bonds are built on equality, respect, and the freedom to be yourself, without constantly seeking approval or making compromises that feel unnatural. When you chase someone, it can create a sense of dependency where the other person feels burdened or overwhelmed, unable to reciprocate the same intensity of feeling, leading to a breakdown in the potential for a healthy relationship. Finally, the most powerful thing you can do is let go of the chase and focus on yourself. When you stop chasing, you regain your independence and start to embrace your own self-worth. You learn to cultivate joy and fulfillment from within, freeing yourself from the emotional roller coaster of seeking validation from someone else. The right person will naturally be drawn to your confidence, self-respect, and the peace you've found in your own life. In the end, the pursuit of love should never come at the cost of losing yourself. And when you stop chasing, you allow the space for genuine love to enter your life naturally, without pressure or expectations. Number 7. The psychological impact of absence. The psychological impact of absence is a deeply complex and multifaceted subject, one that resonates with individuals across a range of personal experiences. Whether the absence pertains to a loved one, a familiar place, or an emotional connection, it can create a profound sense of loss and disorientation. At its core, absence signifies a gap, an emptiness, that our minds struggle to process and navigate. This void can trigger a cascade of emotional responses, from sadness and grief to anxiety and loneliness. The absence of a significant person, for instance, can lead to feelings of abandonment, making it difficult for the individual to feel secure or connected to their environment. In cases where the absence is prolonged or unresolved, individuals may experience a sense of numbness, where emotional responses seem dulled, or conversely heightened sensitivity, where even the smallest triggers can evoke overwhelming emotions. One of the most notable psychological effects of absence is the profound sense of longing. Human beings are social creatures, wired to form attachments and connections. When these bonds are severed, whether by physical distance, death, or emotional withdrawal, the resulting longing can become an all-consuming force. This emotional yearning often manifests in intrusive thoughts or dreams, in which the individual is constantly reminded of what is no longer present. This sense of longing can, at times, lead to a desire to fill the void with distractions, such as unhealthy coping mechanisms, including substance abuse or overwork. The mind, in an effort to escape the discomfort of the absence, may attempt to compensate for the emotional lack in a way that may not be conducive to long-term well-being. Another crucial psychological effect of absence is the impact on self-esteem and identity. Often, the absence of a significant person or experience can make individuals question their own worth or sense of self. For example, a person who has experienced the sudden departure of a close friend or family member might begin to internalize feelings of rejection or unimportance. Over time, this can erode one's self-confidence, causing the individual to doubt their ability to form meaningful relationships or achieve personal success. Similarly, the absence of certain life milestones, such as the absence of a particular career achievement, personal accomplishment, or even a social status, can create feelings of inadequacy. The mind struggles to reconcile these gaps in one's life, leading to increased stress and a diminished sense of control. Moreover, the psychological impact of absence is often tied to the passage of time. While grief and longing may initially feel intense, they tend to evolve with time. Some individuals find ways to adapt, creating new routines, forming new attachments, or redefining their identities in the face of absence. Others, however, may find the absence to be an enduring wound, one that continues to affect their emotional state for years. This process is not linear. Rather, it is marked by waves of emotions, with periods of quiet acceptance followed by bursts of intense grief. Understanding the psychological impact of absence is essential not only for personal healing, but also for fostering empathy and support for those who may be struggling with the emotional toll of loss and separation. Number 8. How to handle it when she reaches out. When she reaches out, it can stir a mix of emotions ranging from excitement to confusion, depending on the context of your relationship. Whether it's someone you've been close to or someone who's just entered your life, it's essential to approach the situation with a balanced mindset. The first step in handling it well is to pause and evaluate the situation carefully. Take a moment to reflect on your feelings before responding. Are you happy to hear from her, or do you feel uncertain or anxious about the reason for her reaching out? It's important to be honest with yourself about your emotional state before engaging. Next, it's helpful to think about the nature of your relationship with her. If you've been out of touch for a while, consider why that might be. Has there been unresolved tension, or is this an opportunity for a fresh start? Understanding the context of your past interactions can guide your response and set the tone for the conversation. If there's a history of miscommunication or hurt feelings, it might be wise to approach the situation with a mindset of patience and openness. Recognizing that people change, and that time can offer a new perspective, can help you navigate the conversation without jumping to conclusions or letting past issues dominate the moment. When responding, keep in mind that the way you communicate can shape the outcome. Be clear and considerate in your tone. If you're unsure about the reasons behind her reaching out, Ask open-ended questions to allow for a genuine conversation. Avoid rushing into judgment or making assumptions. If she's reaching out after a period of no contact, it's crucial not to overanalyze the situation too quickly. Sometimes, people reach out because they genuinely want to reconnect, apologize, or share something important with you. On the other hand, if you sense that she might be reaching out with unclear or inconsistent intentions, it's okay to be cautious. You don't have to immediately invest your emotional energy into the situation until you understand her motives. It's important to maintain boundaries and protect your emotional well-being, especially if past interactions haven't been entirely positive. Moreover, remember that how you handle the situation should align with your values. If you feel that reconnecting is a step toward healing or growth, engage with an open heart. If you believe that it might lead to more complications, you are also within your right to take a step back or seek clarity before moving forward. Trust your instincts and communicate your feelings respectfully. Lastly, regardless of how things unfold, take time to process your own emotions after the conversation. Reaching out can bring a flood of memories or thoughts, and it's important to give yourself space to reflect. Be kind to yourself as you navigate the complexities of human connections. After all, handling these moments with self-awareness and care will allow you to move forward in a way that respects both yourself and the other person involved. Number 9. Why confidence is the key. Confidence is often the defining factor that separates success from failure, shaping the way we interact with the world and approach challenges. At its core, confidence is not about arrogance or overestimation of one's abilities, but about having a firm belief in one's potential to handle life's ups and downs. When we possess confidence, we are more likely to take risks, step outside of our comfort zones, and embrace opportunities that might otherwise seem intimidating. It is the inner assurance that even if things don't go as planned, we have the resilience and ability to bounce back. Confidence empowers us to assert ourselves in conversations, trust our decisions, and pursue our goals with determination, all of which are crucial ingredients for personal and professional growth. In situations where uncertainty looms, it is confidence that acts as a guiding light, helping us navigate through doubt and fear. It is easy to become paralyzed by self-doubt, but confidence allows us to push through and take action despite the uncertainty, knowing that failure is not the end, but a valuable lesson. Furthermore, confidence cultivates self-respect and fosters a positive self-image, which in turn influences how others perceive us. When we exude confidence, others are more likely to trust us, listen to our ideas, and support our endeavors. This not only helps build strong relationships but also opens doors to opportunities that would have otherwise remained closed. Confidence also plays a crucial role in our mental well-being. It is often linked to lower levels of anxiety and depression, because confident individuals tend to have a more optimistic outlook on life. They trust their ability to overcome obstacles, which reduces feelings of helplessness and fosters resilience. Additionally, confidence allows us to accept ourselves as we are, flaws and all. Instead of striving for perfection, confident individuals focus on progress and growth, embracing their unique qualities while continuously working to improve. In the professional realm, confidence is an essential trait for leadership. Leaders who are confident in their abilities inspire confidence in their teams, creating an environment where innovation, collaboration, and creativity can thrive. When leaders exhibit self-assurance, they instill a sense of security in those they lead, making it easier for others to follow their guidance and take bold actions themselves. Confidence, however, is not a trait that is fixed. It is something that can be developed and strengthened over time. It often begins with small steps, setting achievable goals, celebrating successes, and learning from failures. Surrounding oneself with supportive people, seeking mentorship, and continuously pushing oneself to improve also contribute to building lasting confidence. In conclusion, confidence is not just a psychological asset, but a practical tool that drives personal and professional success. It shapes how we perceive ourselves, how we face challenges, and how we interact with others. Cultivating confidence not only empowers us to overcome obstacles, but also enables us to embrace opportunities, lead with conviction, and live a life full of purpose and fulfillment. Number 10. Stay true to yourself. Staying true to yourself is a timeless principle that resonates deeply with personal growth, fulfillment, and authenticity. In a world often overwhelmed by external pressures, expectations, and distractions, the ability to stay grounded in who you truly are becomes increasingly valuable. It is easy to get caught up in the idea of fitting in or living up to the standards set by others. Society, social media, and even close relationships can sometimes create an illusion that we must conform to certain ideals or behaviors to be accepted or successful. However, embracing your true self is not only an act of defiance against these pressures, but also a step towards self-liberation and inner peace. When you stay true to yourself, you give yourself permission to be authentic in every area of your life. This authenticity manifests in your decisions, your passions, and the relationships you cultivate. It means being honest with yourself about what you value, what you believe, and what you want to pursue without the fear of judgment or rejection. It's about aligning your actions with your inner truth, rather than wearing a mask to fit a mold. This doesn't mean being stubborn or refusing to adapt to life's challenges, but rather finding a way to honor your essence in all circumstances. One of the most important aspects of staying true to yourself is the practice of self-awareness. Self-awareness allows you to recognize when you are straying from your values or living in a way that doesn't align with your true desires. It invites you to reflect on your choices and their long-term effects on your well-being. In turn, this practice fosters self-compassion as you learn to accept yourself for who you are, flaws and all. It's important to understand that being true to yourself is not about perfection. It's about embracing the journey of becoming who you were always meant to be. The road to staying true to yourself is not always smooth. In fact, it can often be difficult. It requires courage to stand up for what you believe in and to go against the grain when needed. It also requires resilience to navigate moments of self-doubt or fear. There will always be people who question your choices or challenge your path, but the most important voice is your own. Trusting your instincts and listening to your heart helps you build the confidence needed to face the challenges that come with being authentic. Moreover, staying true to yourself enriches your relationships. When you are authentic, you attract people who appreciate you for who you are, not for the persona you project. These relationships are built on trust, respect, and genuine connection, which are the foundations of meaningful bonds. In contrast, when you try to be someone you're not, you risk attracting people who are more interested in your facade than in your real self, which can lead to feelings of isolation and dissatisfaction. In the end, staying true to yourself is a lifelong commitment to authenticity, self-love, and growth. It requires you to continuously reassess your life and choices, to stay open to change, and to embrace the uniqueness that makes you who you are. By remaining true to yourself, you unlock a sense of freedom, peace, and happiness that comes from knowing you are living in alignment with your highest potential. To sum it up, silence alone may not create the impact you expect in relationships. While Stoicism teaches us to master our emotions and control our responses, the key here is understanding that true influence comes not from withholding words, but from thoughtful action and self-control. It's about responding, not reacting. The next step is to focus on building inner strength, maintaining emotional resilience, and approaching challenges with wisdom. So, what's next for you? Shift your focus from trying to control others' reactions to mastering your own behavior. Communicate through your actions and let your emotional calm speak louder than silence ever could. If you found value in this perspective, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more insights on Stoicism and how to live with purpose and resilience. Thanks for watching, and stay calm in the chaos.